Sunday, December 6, 2021, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, end-of-term plans announced by education officials. The first female surgical assistant shares her experience in a male-dominated field. The JCMP struck with millions of dollars in losses for a second year. And it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas down in Exuma. So let's start the morning off right. Well, there's 18 days left to go before Christmas. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Desmond, and you look magnificent with this red. You feeling the Christmas spirit?
I'm feeling the Christmas spirit. I try to make sure that I can brush it off on you so you could
Yeah, I'm going to come in my red and bring some Christmas cheer in the studio. But amazing, the colors, festive season, always indicative of Christmas. I'm not seeing much colors on the streets, though. What's going on with that?
I don't know what's going on. I think the presents are still, trying to get into the spirit because of COVID. Last year it was a kind of a bleak and mild, Christmas. So I'm sure Bahamians are, just trying to get themselves back together.
Normally you would see the poinsettias, you would see those colors that stand out. You would see, I know growing up, one of the fascinating things was going by the canals and getting the tree, put in the house, but I don't know.
And even like the decorations around town, it's like you don't really see much of that.
The spirit is not there.
Yeah.
But hopefully in the next few days, the Christmas tree is going to be up. We're going to see more colors. We're going to see celebration in the air. But this is amazing work here by Janae's.
Yes,
right?
I love
and this is a wonderful piece of ornament. Want to take this home and put on my tree. This is actually one of the gifts from Janae's, and they have furnished this for us this morning. And whoever gets that trivia will get this prize today. And so that should be excellent. What is the question, LaDawn?
We have the question for them. And the question goes, Desmond?
Which popular Christmas beverage, also called milk punch? I'm not going to try it because I'm going to say something that's probably going to be off. Because I know my Christmas drink. Which is not that.
Yeah, it's not that. We can't say that on air.
All right. 502-3855 is the number. If you've got the answer, call us, and this will be a prize here this morning. What we're going to do is take it on the streets. Traffic early this morning. I know it's busy out there. Inspector Thompson, good morning.
Good morning, LaDawn. Good morning, Desmond, and good morning, Bahamas. I am Inspector Jerron Thompson of the Traffic Division. Over the past 24 hours, we had a total of 6 crashes, none involving injuries. But we have seen an increase in the number of rollovers with vehicles. We had a number of overturned vehicles in this past week. And as we come to the festive season, we would like drivers to drive with due care and attention, wear their seat belts, and take their safety seriously. Please don't drink and drive. Don't drink and then drive. Please be responsible. Be responsible adults. Be responsible motorists. We are at the intersection here at Blue Hill Road and Soldier Road. And standing here this morning, I've witnessed a number of offences. In particular, persons running this traffic light. You have persons who are traveling south, running the light on Blue Hill Road, traveling north, running the light on Blue Hill Road, and also coming out of Soldier Road, running the light. Persons, when you see the turning light on Blue Hill Road, when you're traveling north, when that turning light is on red, you have to stop your vehicle. You're not to proceed across that intersection because you'll be in violation of failing to stop in obedience to the traffic light. And also, persons who are traveling south on Blue Hill Road, the left lane is the proper lane. The right lane is the merge lane. Often we investigate crashes at this intersection, and 9 times out of 10 we charge a person in the right lane. So persons in the right lane, please give away, drive courteous, and please don't try to force 2 vehicles through that tiny intersection because the road narrows. Back to you in studio, LaDawn.
Taking a look now at your forecast. Right here, staying on the outside of surface trough, meandering near the northwest Bahamas, will trigger showers over portions of the island chain. Meanwhile, a weakening ridge of high pressure draped across the area will support moderate to fresh breezes through the night. Beachgoers should exercise caution due to the moderate risk of rip currents along eastern and southern shorelines, especially in the southeast Bahamas. For the northwest and central Bahamas, looking pretty good. Weather shaping up to be pretty good. Partly sunny conditions, warm, bit breezy, passing showers today. Winds are southeast to south, 15 knots a day, reducing 10 to 15 knots, but falling light and variable at times. Seas 3 to 5 feet over the ocean, subsiding 2 to 4 feet by tonight. Or the southeast Bahamas, we're looking at some good showers and temperatures, but if you look at the current conditions, 73 degrees, there is your weekend and your week roundup extended forecast.
The final day for classes for the current semester is this Friday, December 10th. Officials from the Ministry of Education have stated that the usual end-of-term examinations will not be held. Additionally, National Report Card Day, originally scheduled for Thursday, December 16th, has been postponed, while the last working day for teachers for the current term will be Friday, December 17th, with a dismissal at noon. Teachers are expected to return to work on January 4th, 2022. January 11th is a date the Ministry of Education anticipates that students will continue hybrid learning, and this is subject to approval by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Further details related to the engagement of students in hybrid learning, the conduct of student assessment, and new dates for the National Report Card Day will be provided by the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training at a later time. A review of the curriculum in the public education system is underway. Minister of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Gladys Hannah Martin, says a move is necessary in order to enhance student engagement and outcomes.
This will include an enhanced technical and vocational curriculum, an apprenticeship program, a renewed focus on the performing arts, and a revitalized physical education and sporting programs, in addition to the academic subjects, concentrating on the core excellence of literacy and numeracy, and a revised history syllabus. The objective, Madam Speaker, is to produce confident, ethical beings who are able to realize their full potential and contribute to the flourishing of our nation, no matter where they live, and to include all of our children, including those children who are facing challenges in their everyday lives.
Now on to the latest COVID-19 numbers. The COVID-19 death toll rising again, with health officials revealing 4 people recently died from the virus. The 2 women and 1 man from New Providence and an Eleuthera woman range in ages between 34 and 62 years old, who passed away between November 27th through 30th. These deaths pushed the COVID-19 death toll to 705. 36 deaths remain under investigation. 20 hospitalizations on record. 4 people are detained in the intensive care unit and 16 listed as moderately ill. Only 9 new infections reported in the latest COVID-19 dashboard. The 6 men and 3 women are all from New Providence. The total case count is 22,836, with 332 active cases. 5 of the newly infected have a history of travel within the past 14 days. The Ministry of Works placing priority on infrastructural upgrades in Morris Island, Abaco. Immediate repairs have begun to renovate the Morris Island All-Age School that right now houses about 132 students.
We have a makeshift preschool unit, and so to have a proper unit built would be a tremendous improvement to the school. We're also looking forward to improvements with our bathroom facilities. Our school goes from preschool to 12th grade, and the current facilities were actually built for primary school students and junior high. And so having improvements there would definitely be a benefit to the students. And then the administrative block, to have that upgraded and extended, would definitely add to what we do here at the school, and that's our effort to provide quality education for the students. The facilities are used as a hurricane shelter, and so any improvements done to the school would benefit the entire community.
The addition of a preschool unit, an expansion of the administrative facilities, and we've seen the basketball court, and we will ask that that be added to the scopes of work and also looking at the improvement of the field.
Transforming Abaco as a robust source of economic activity also remains at the top of the government's agenda since taking office. Parliamentary Secretary at the Ministry of Tourism and South Abaco MP John Pinder says he remains anxious to share Abaco and its diversity with the world.
Sports fishing, bone fishing, blue holes, caves, you name it, they have it. So there's a lot of opportunity and different locations geographically in Abaco that we could actually expand upon. One of the things that I'm going to push on is to diversify and spread our tourism economy from the south all the way to the north. There's many opportunities up north as well. There's a lot of places that haven't been sought after or explored that because they haven't been showcased in the way that I will be doing in near future.
And the legendary clergyman honored at the church he pastored for well over 3 decades, representatives from the Bahamas Feeding Network and the Rotary Club of the Bahamas announcing the relaunch of a breakfast feeding program in conjunction with Bethel Baptist Church on Meeting Street in the honor of the late pastor Reverend Dr. Timothy Stewart. The initiative has been financed by a $5,000 donation from both organizations.
It's really wonderful that we are able to start this program up again, the breakfast program. The way it worked, all volunteers came in and we fed 2 days per week. And Bethel volunteers fed 3 days a week. So this is great that we could start this up as a result of this donation that came about from an initiative with Rotary Club and Bahamas Feeding Network. It's an initiative where a number of us, we have given over $90,000 to probably about 20 different organizations, Bethel Baptist being one of them. And so this initiative, this donation today will go towards starting up this breakfast program in honor of Pastor Timothy Stewart.
And when we come back, the JCNP struck with millions of dollars in losses for a second year. So keep it locked. Bahamian women continue to make strides in the medical profession. In the midst of the pandemic, the country's first and only female surgical assistant is sharing her story about saving lives.
A few doctors and colleagues encouraged me to do the surgical assistant program as there were only two male surgical assistants at the time.
Saving lives one day at a time is the primary goal for the country's first certified female surgical assistant, Vincina Sweeting. You see, for a decade, Vincina has been diligently working side by side with other highly skilled male medical professionals on a number of life-threatening surgeries. It's a procedure Vincina says she thoroughly enjoys.
Surgical assistant job is to basically what it is, assist the doctor in surgery, provide exposure to whatever body part they're working on. Heart surgeries are the biggest surgeries that I've done. I've done liver resection.
Phoenix Medical Facilities surgeon Dr. Ross Downs says while this is a male-dominating field, the high level of professionalism and expertise Vincina brings helps with their operational success.
Surgery on the whole is difficult, and the assistant's role is just as important as the surgeon's role. They have to be just as focused, just as determined, just as dedicated. It's not an easy life. Sometimes we're here at 3 o'clock in the morning doing surgery. And medicine on the whole was initially male-dominated, and as you can see with the rest of the world, females are now playing a more prevalent role. And Vincina's fit right in. She's been able to handle the task that was given to her.
They treat me like one of the boys, because we'll be in the lounge waiting to go in or whatever, and they'll be talking about whatever, and I'm like, you know, I'm right here, I'm a female. They're like, no, you one of us, you know. I think they take it easy on me because I am a single mother.
But what does Vincina love most about her lifelong career?
People come in there so broken, and you know, you see people like literally on their deathbed, and one minor procedure or major procedure and their life turn around, and they are so appreciative and grateful for you.
Junkanoo is big business for local artisans, pumping millions of dollars into the economy. JCMP Chairman Dion Miller says the Junkanoo community has endured $50 million in losses due to the cancellation of both Junkanoo parades over the past 2 years. However, he remains hopeful, though, that the country's #1 cultural expression will return to Bay bigger and better in 2022.
The average Junkanoo spends anywhere between $25,000 to $5,000 on a Junkanoo costume, and all of that funds are not floating around in the economy. And so it's been the financial impact has been crazy. I know all these Junkanoo groups, we're all incurring a lot of debt. We still have to pay rent on our Shark spaces. We still have light bills incurring, and we're not just able to get the support from corporate Bahamas as we would through the pandemic, and them focusing on trying to keep their business afloat, which they rightfully should do.
As we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On December 6, 1962, Robert Simonet was sworn in as Speaker of the House of Assembly. He served in that position until February 9, 1967. Also on December 6, 1995, a 27-year-old woman became the first Bahamian to undergo hip replacement surgery at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Bain and Grantstown Secondary Storage Feeding Facility on Augusta Street has left the organization at a loss. Operators told Jimenita Swain what they found after assessing the property.
The Bain and Grantstown Advancement Association is, of course, a staple in the Baintown community. However, over the weekend, vandals broke in and stole a number of items. Reverend C.B. Moss fills us in on what's missing.
Found that burglars had busted down the back door and gained access and stole a number of items. Now, this facility is our secondary storage facility, and fortunately, it did not contain all of our food items. But they took away a freezer, 7-foot horizontal freezer filled with assorted meats. They took the meats and the freezer.
Along with a freezer, Moss says 2 microwaves, a ceiling fan, and a quantity of liquid eggs used for the feeding program were also taken. The chairman of the Bain and Grantstown Advancement Association pointed to a busted back door that has now been replaced.
But it has come at a sort of bad time because we were gearing up for the Christmas when there's an increased demand for food assistance. And this is particularly so because now the government's national feeding program is on pause. And so the demand has increased dramatically over the past few weeks. But thank God we are still going to be able to supply the demand.
As for those responsible for the crime,
the perpetrators, we she'd like to remind them that the items they stole were earmarked for people who desperately needed it, and that they risk depriving those persons of a meal, particularly going into this Christmas season. But fortunately, we've got supporters who are already beginning to replace some of the items. And to the neighborhood, we say, look, if you see any of these items around, please contact the South Street Police Station.
Well, one of the country's leading mega retail chains expanding to the east, Quality Home Center, unveiling its newest location on Prince Charles Drive. And according to its president, along with some very excited customers, this move could not have come soon enough. Here's Amajal Knowles.
An early Christmas gift for residents of Eastern New Providence is mega retail store Quality Home Center, officially opening up its newest location on Prince Charles Drive. The 83,000 square foot facility is a welcome sign for those who frequently visit the chain of stores. President Don Davis.
Decided to come out in the eastern area about in 2019, late 2019. The reason being that we're out in the on Carmichael, and a lot of our customers live out east, and they always say, you know, it's hard sometimes to get all the way out east. And if you realize that there are no large retail store in the east, everyone have to come up and fight the traffic to get up to the mall or out that area. So we decided to find a location and come out east. And we started this project in late 2019. And as you know, we had COVID in 2020, so it kind of slowed us down. But we're here today, and you know, glad that we're able to open today at this location and bring the store to the people.
Davis adds that it is an especially rewarding feeling to be able to open up a new store amid the holiday season.
We wanted to open up for Thanksgiving, for the Black Friday, but and we're just happy that we could open for the holidays. And in addition, we have employed approximately 70 employees, so that's 70 more families who have a job and be able to have a better Christmas.
And customers are certainly excited about the new location, but we'll let them tell you more.
It's wonderful, quite honestly. I'm American. I've lived here in the Bahamas for 23 years, and really the closest initially when I first moved here was going around the mall area. So I was excited. Actually, there's a Quality, you know, off of Blue Hill Road, but that was a little bit of a trek. So when we saw this coming up, first we didn't know what it was. You know, it was building, bigger. I was like, oh wow, I wonder what's going to be. So we were very excited to hear.
I'm happy to see it. I'm really happy because I don't have to drive all the way up Carmichael Road anymore. That's good. I was waiting for it.
Whoever owned Home Center could ever put something out east. We need it badly. And I'm so happy and so excited. Man, look here. I have myself a vacuum for my boss car. I am also a chauffeur for one of the ministers. And I am tired of sweeping with my little broom. So now I have my vacuum to vacuum out that car, make sure my boss car rolling around soft and nice and clean. I have my wife in there. Well, she's spending too much money, so I had to dock her. My daughter in there, she's spending too much money, so I had to dock her as well. But they all have full trolleys in there shopping. And look, it's a wonderful day.
Cheer filled the Regatta Park in Georgetown, Exuma during the island's annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Entertainment by the Sandals Choir, carols singing, and the lighting of the Christmas tree were enjoyed by those in attendance. The event also paid tribute to 3 Exuma residents who made an indelible mark on that community. The Member of Parliament for Exuma and Ragged Island, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, acknowledged the event has become an important activity on the island's social calendar.
And we see burgeoning, budding talent each year that come out and really support this event. And as year after year, we'll continue to encourage this talent. And I hope that we'll continue to make this event bigger and bigger every year to come.
This isn't the only Christmas event the youth of Exuma will enjoy this year. This coming weekend is the annual Christmas gift giving caravan.
I am told that we have a gift for every child in Exuma. And as we did last year and the year before, we're going to make this an annual tradition. And I believe we're coming to all of your communities. We're going to meet you where you are to ensure that you get that Christmas gift this year.
Last week, Island House's newest restaurant, Mogano, officially opened its doors, replacing the former Mahogany House. And as Lloyd Allen tells us this morning, it promises to give patrons a taste of the Bahamas.
Ending a 12-year streak, local lodging facility Island House has changed up things a bit, inviting a celebrity chef to its newest creation, Mogano, by Giorgio Locatelli. Property director Lauren Holoesco Perez explains the vision for the Island House, that it has been expanding on how it services its clients.
I think from day one, the development is now 7 years old. I think from day one, the ethos behind ownership was really to continue to reinvest. It was never something that was looked to kind of draw profit out of, and it was really to help build the community. So that's what's happened here is a lot of the profit that this restaurant generated over the 12 years was put aside with the idea that we wanted to grow and to innovate.
That innovation has come through its newest introduction, which not only showcases a menu designed by Locatelli himself, but also stimulating the mental palate through art.
Art for me is a specific passion. I went to art school. I was really influenced by Antonius Roberts and John Cox, two local, very acclaimed artists, John Beadle as well. And part of the premise of the hotel was to really infuse local art and to really showcase what art in the region, really, the Bahamas and the wider Caribbean was, and that there was conceptual art, and that it was abstract, and that it wasn't just a watercolor. So being able to use the hotel as that platform really, I think, kind of changed the industry as well. And every piece of art in the hotel is unique, is original, and is Bahamian.
Chef Locatelli says his goal is to infuse Italian favorites with an island flair, and continues to refine what the signature dish from Mogano will finally be.
At the moment we brought some truffle, some Italian truffle, some white truffle from Umbria, and so we are using that as a signature. But you know, we've been working on some pasta, and you know, the tomato will be with this different color tomato than we're having, this tomatillo sort of thing, which we don't have, it's not available in Europe that much, you know, it's always imported. Well, here, and the difference is amazing. You know, I would refuse to use that in England, but you know, we haven't decided yet the shape of the pasta or the shape of the tomato. I think there is a tomato sauce going at the moment on the back.
Now, the media was invited this week to sample some of the newest dishes, like the oxtail infused ravioli.
And then you're gonna have some tagliatelle with the ragu. You're gonna have some of the sea bass. At the moment we're using some Chilean sea bass, which we cook in herb crust and serve with balsamic vinegar. So one of the questions sometimes, you know, the people say, "Oh, what makes an Italian dish?" And sometimes, you know, it's just one of the ingredients. Example, in the sea bass, is at that point is the balsamic vinegar. We use a 25 years balsamic vinegar, and that suddenly you are tasting something that is so Italian.
Offering a diverse array of specialties, Perez encourages all to experience Mogano, as the vision remains connecting all Bahamians and showcasing a happy marriage between the local and Italian culture.
We support local. We've had farmers markets in the past, and with the pandemic, obviously we've had to cease those, but that's something that really remains true to who we are. I think from the art, every piece of art in the space and in the hotel is Bahamian, to all the food, and so sourcing as much locally as possible, but again, it is Italian, so we do source, you know, burrata, special cheeses from Italy, but it's a nice collaboration between the Italian cuisine and local produce.
And we've got a winner for our trivia question, which was, which popular Christmas drink is also known as milk punch? Well, the answer is eggnog, and our winner is Rakisha Taylor. So, Rakisha, you can come to the ZNS studios and pick up your prize. And just before we go, we want to say a special congratulations to our MUA, Italia Wilson, who completed her master's degree in cosmetology yesterday. Congratulations, Italia. And be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 and the Bahamas Tonight at 7. And that's it for us this morning. For the entire team, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great morning, everyone.